it's Alicia with Ali.plans.cuteness, and I just have a quick little project share for you today. This is an album. It was inspired by Carolina's crafts. I actually used her like 4x4 cutting guide. You can get them at her Ko-fi shop, and they're only like $5. Totally worth it, saved a lot of time. But I was really excited about how this came out, and so I just wanted to share what I made. So I made a little pet album. I'm actually going to use this for my family, so there's not a lot of like decorations inside. That's why I have some of the stuff here to show, because I actually wanted to wait until I put in the photos to decide how I wanted to lay some things out. But I don't really want to be putting out my family photos. I don't do a ton of that online, so I will put those in after. But so this is just a cardstock album. It's not chipboard. And so the cutting guide that she gives you gives kind of all of the dimensions. So I like inked the background. This is actually, I had a couple of little like scraps, so it's hard to tell, but this green, this yellow, and this orange are actually three different papers that I used together collectively as a mat for this red cut apart. And then I have the front. Pets are our family. And then this ribbon, so the reason that it looks like this is because I forgot, I mounted all the stuff on the front, and then I'm like, shoot, I didn't put in the ribbon. And so I just put the ribbon across the back and then set it up so that you could kind of tie it instead of on the side here, you know, just tie it right on top in the front. Of course I can't do it right now. Okay, so you know, that's why the ribbon looks like this, because I just forgot to put it into the paper. And that's something, there were definitely pieces in here that I improvised or did a little different than her tutorial, but I just like her tutorial as like the foundation. So on the first page we've got this, and this is actually a flap with a magnet. I love the magnets. But this is what I'm talking about, like this right here, you know, I could do so many things with this. So I could just put a photo and that's it. I could maybe, you know, like take one of these like scraps here and make a little pocket. That's something I was thinking about. Or, you know, I could use like a cut apart or like a piece of the ephemera and, you know, make a pocket or a tuck spot, or just, you know, leave this as a decorative page, use like a frame. So there's definitely going to be more, you know, take a sheet and mount a photo. There's definitely going to be more to this once I put in my photos, but I didn't want to decide, you know, like, oh, I'm going to make this a pocket or I'm going to make this a frame until I really picked out the photos that I was going to put in it, and then I could arrange based on that. So there's this page, and then on the inside I just put like a little my pet. This is a great, so just thinking of improvising, the reason that my pet is here is because I wanted a magnet closure, but again, I mounted the paper first and then forgot, like, oh shoot, I need a magnet. Duh. So there's a little magnet under this my pet, and I just put that on top, and we're good to go. So I definitely have done that now a couple of times in albums where I realized, like, shoot, I'm supposed to put a magnet or supposed to put something there, and rather than try to tear it apart, I just improvise, put something else. So the bottom here is this little pocket. So and this I just put some little stickers. So, and then again, you know, you can put photos here. So there's that. This side is a little belly band, and I also put, you know, paper in these strips just to make it look a little bit prettier. So I made this belly band, put an embellishment on it, and then these, I don't know if these are exactly what I'll use, or again, I'll probably like decorate them up a little bit more, but I had some, you know, like longer thin scraps, and so I was like, okay, I can just make little photo booklets, and I can, actually, you know, it could go this way. I could put a photo and then write something. I could mat a photo. There's lots of options. So I tucked those in there. I'm not sure if that's where they'll stay, but that's what those are for. And then the inside, I put these 2 little ribbons. I think I saw her do this, I'm not sure, in her tutorial. So this inside has these flaps. They are magnet. So fun. And then these are pockets. So again, we can kind of tuck something in to these pockets. And then these open up, and I left the inside very plain. So again, for me to decide, you know, what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna put pockets or, you know, frame things or make little cards or, you know, whatever it is. So the inside is very kind of open, and then magnets, so fun. And then, yeah, I like these little pulls too. And then on this side, we have another pocket. And then this is the back page, so this one flips out. This is the inside of the back cover, so it's basically like front cover, one page with a flip out, second page with a flip out, and then the back cover. So it's a very like basic small little album, but this has here a little pocket, so it can tuck stuff in here. And I like her, she gives the idea of using like your envelope punch to punch out these little notches, which I just think is so cute. So I did that, and this is an example of like my scraps weren't quite the right size, and so rather than cutting a whole new sheet of paper, I just found these little scraps. So I used the red scrap in the middle, and then I put these along the outsides, and I spaced them to give a little bit more room, and it actually looks super cute. So definitely improvise for these little albums. That's one thing she emphasizes, using the scraps that you have. This is also magnet, and I used the little pull here. And then this is another pocket. And then this is just a little flip up. You can put a photo or a message and then something down here. So that's all, just a quick little share of this project. Again, the tutorial is from Carolina's Crafts. I love it. I just think these are adorable. I can't wait to make more of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all, but yeah, so definitely check out Carolina's Crafts. I hope you enjoyed looking at this little album, and I will see you next time. Happy crafting. Woo! Bye-bye.